Another day at another place. Staring at the horizon. Hopeful in silent expectation. That's why people visit the sea. To gaze at the edge of the world. To dream of miracles and endless possibilities.
Radford again. Oh, what a goal! Oh, what a goal, Mickey Thomas! It's a day for the underdog.
Football moves in waves, swaying between the highs and lows. The rise and fall, the ebb and flow of life. But time and tide wait for no man.
Would you believe it? Right at the death! Marine are in the third round of the FA Cup.
There are no cast iron certainties.
39, Tottenham Hotspur.
But if it's written in the sand, everyman heroes can stand tall. What will be, will be. Another day at another place. Let's wait and see.
Do I just look at you? Yeah, that's fine.
It's good timing.
Hey, listen, this is me 5 seconds of bloody fame.
We're going to have to pause anyway, because there's my mum.
I'll have to ring you back. Sorry, what was the question again?
Was it Jose? The phone?
Oh, yeah, could have been, couldn't it?
Drop of my heart when it skips a beat.
We're 126 years old, right in the heart of the community in Crosby Village. We're a club with a great history, great tradition.
It is a very family-orientated club, and you just get that bug.
People fall in love with Marine and strangely they can't get away from it.
Everybody around here supports Marine and everybody loves them.
I'm actually from South Liverpool originally, but my brother used to play goalie for them when he was young, so we've got a bit of an affinity, for the club ourselves.
You talk about Marine, or you'd say, where's Marine? And they go, Marine, never heard of them, where are they? I think we are one of the very few clubs that aren't named after a city or a town. We've definitely put ourselves on the map.
We're a non-league club, we play at Step 8 and the players are employed part-time. So they've all got daytime jobs, 1 or 2 teachers and 1 or 2 work for the NHS, and we've got a bin man.
If we win this one and we get a Premier League club, I think that's what everyone would want, the fans of the club as well.
We get everybody in, all the players come into the shop, the managers come into the shop, so we do know them sort of on a personal sort of basis in that respect.
It's the same ups and downs as you get in the Premier League, but you get to share them a lot closer with the players.
I'm sure most of them have booked the next day off, just in case they have time to celebrate.
We are Marine, the Iron Men, take you to the field.
As we've progressed through 7 rounds of the FA Cup, the group have bonded more and more closely. Colchester, 4 divisions above, 1 on penalties after 120 minutes.
And Marine caused the biggest FA Cup upset of this year's competition.
Then, of course, second round proper, we played Havant Waterlooville.
Ball on the edge of the area. Penalties looming. Ball played in. Marley across the face of the goal. Now comes it in. Marine are in the third round of the FA Cup. The Minnows of Merseyside have done it.
That's what we all dream of when you're a kid. And you're not a professional, I suppose. You want to get to the third round, but yeah, tremendous effort by everyone.
When Robbie Savage pulled those balls out, I was just laughing my head off.
58.
58 is Marine.
Oh.
My wife was wondering what I was screaming about. She's in the other room.
39.
39, Tottenham Hotspur. The Premier League leaders out the hat to play Marine. What a tie that is.
To draw this magical tie of home to Spurs, it is literally, I think, what dreams are made of. To see that coach pull up on College Road and see the likes of them walking down and through into the car park, I suppose it will be quite surreal.
The Tottenham players, all those fancy damn players, won't like playing on that pitch.
Playing on a snooker table to come and playing at Marines, it's going to change everyone's game and the game's going to be open.
There's actually houses that run along the back of Marine's ground, so they can see from the back the actual game.
To get any front seat to a football match these days, it's just like a Willy Wonka ticket, isn't it? You've got a guy next door in a tree, you've got us, you've got the lady next door in a veranda with a champagne.
This will be like their cup final.
The biggest gap ever in the history of the FA Cup.
If there is a goal, I think you'll probably hear the whole of Crosby flipping erupt.
I don't know whether you know we're famous here for Iron Men, the Crosby. We'll have 11 Iron Men on this pitch on Sunday, by hook or by crook, and Tottenham will know they've been in a game.
Levels, didn't they? Fantastic to see. Well, for once, neither Liverpool nor Everton are the highest profile Merseyside club this weekend. For that, travel a bit further up the coast to Crosby, not far away from you, Mr. Lawrenson, where tomorrow Marine host Tottenham. There are 198 miles between the clubs and 161 league places between them.
Only the second side ever from the 8th tier of English football to make it into the 3rd round of the FA Cup.
Chance, and it's turned it in. It is! Would you believe it? Right at the death. Marine have their big moment. Cummins wheels away.
Most of my goals in my career are within the 6-yard box. And as I've thrown my body at it, as soon as it hit my back and I landed on the floor, I heard a cheer. So I sort of put 2 and 2 together that it was my goal. The emotion, it just suddenly drained. I was laying on the floor at the bottom of the pile. And all the energy just went. And one of the more experienced lads, he just shouted, "Lads, get off him." Celebrations afterwards, about 2 minutes later, will live long in the memory.
The team from the 8th tier, the part-timers, Marine are in the 3rd round of the FA Cup.
The whole run has brought such a positivity and an awe of a happy feeling. We've all lived in this current climate, and it can get bogged down in it. And a lot of my family back home in the Isle of Man, and initially, until recently, they were still allowed in pubs. So they've watched the last Cup 2 rounds in the pubs, and there's been such an electric atmosphere. And I've had family getting really emotional on the phone and getting upset, and it's just the elation it's brought to everyone and anyone.
I went wild that day, just for nipping to the co-op. Funny enough, I got told off by my dad, because funny enough, he's my boss at Sainsbury's. I couldn't believe it. It was like a surprise to me when I got on the coach and I got lads saying, "You're all over this, you're all over that."
39, Tottenham Hotspur. The Premier League leaders out the hat to play Marine. What a tie that is.
When it come out, it was Tottenham. I seen the number come out, and then I've looked down the list to see who it was, and then I just remember screaming it to Tottenham all around the house. At the time, they were top of the Prem when we got drawn against them, and it was, I think, the biggest gap ever seen in the FA Cup.
Preparing for Tottenham at home is just, I don't know where to start. I mean, obviously playing against the best players in the world, ex-World Cup winners, Golden Boot winners and everything like that, that's just going to be a dream come true. We want to get through. We've got 7 games into this competition. Why should we just stop now? We're not here to make up the numbers. If they do bring a few youngsters on, a few messages from me would be maybe they're underestimating us a bit, lads, and that would be even added motivation for us.
If you ever told me that Marine being the 3rd round this season against Tottenham, I would have bit your hand off and laughed at you. I said, no chance. Well, obviously we're here now, and we're just taking in the moment.
When you think about it, when you're playing against it, it's mad, but being on our own turf helps a lot. Pitch has its odd few bobbles, so I don't think they'll be quite used to playing on that.
We've got the best situation of the worst scenario at the moment, because fans will be there as such in the back gardens, even if it's 3 or 4 in each back garden. That will generate some noise.
When you're seeing all the images where on the 2nd round where fans are somehow finding a way to watch the game, it was amazing to see. Not to do anything to try and watch the local team.
I think it's beyond David versus Goliath, isn't it? It's something else, but it's going to be a great occasion. I think there's a little bit of fear that obviously you don't get absolutely drubbed and we stay in the game. You don't want a goal in the first 10 minutes or anything like that, do you? So we've just got to go out and enjoy it, because it might not ever happen. It won't happen again for someone like me. Hopefully it does for some others, but yeah, we've just got to enjoy the whole occasion.
What a story.